Few artists have left a mark on music like Cliff Richard. From the late 1950s to today, his career has spanned decades, producing hits, touring globally, and influencing generations. Known for his stage presence, style, and devotion to music, Cliff's life has been much more than fame. Beyond the spotlight, he has faced personal trials and celebrated triumphs. Now at 84, he reflects on his journey, aging, and the passage of time. His story is both inspiring and humbling, a testament to resilience, talent, and enduring passion in the world of music. Early life in India. Cliff Richard was born Harry Roger Webb on October 14, 1940, in Lucknow, British India. His father, Roger Webb, worked for a catering company serving the Indian Railways, while his mother, Dorothy Marie Daisley, managed the household. The family had mostly English roots, though one grandmother was part Welsh and Spanish. Life in India was comfortable, with a home in Maghbara near Lucknow's main shopping area. The family enjoyed a stable community until the turbulence surrounding Indian independence made it unsafe. By 1948, they left for England, leaving behind a familiar life, and began anew in an unfamiliar land. Life in Britain and education. The Webb family initially settled in Kelton, North Surrey, before moving to Enfield and later Cheshunt, adjusting to a very different life in post-war England. Cliff attended local schools, including Stanley Park Juniors and Cheshunt Secondary Modern School. Academically gifted, he remained in the top stream and passed his GCE ordinary level in English literature. After school, he worked as a filing clerk for Atlas Lamps. Though the family faced challenges, they found stability at 12 Hargreaves Close. In later years, the town honoured him by naming a retirement development Cliff Richard Court, celebrating the boy who would one day become a national icon. Discovering music and first band's music entered Cliff's life early. At 16, his father bought him a guitar, sparking a passion that would shape his future. He joined the Quintonies, a school vocal harmony group, and performed with the Dick Teague Skiffle Group, immersing himself in the popular skiffle style. These formative experiences gave him stage confidence and introduced him to collaboration. Though unknown at the time, Cliff was stepping onto a path that would lead to fame. Music became more than a hobby, it was a calling. By 1957, he was ready to take bigger steps, transitioning from Harry Webb, a schoolboy with a guitar, into a performer destined to capture national attention. The name change and first steps. Cliff Richard's transformation began when he became the lead singer of a rock and roll group called the Drifters, not to be confused with the American group. Influential businessman Harry Greater X suggested a name change. Cliff, representing strength and rock-like resilience, paired with Richard, a tribute to Little Richard, became his stage identity. The band debuted in 1958 at the Regal Ballroom in Ripley, Derbyshire, as Cliff Richard and the Drifters. Although the initial lineup would later change, this moment marked the start of his journey to stardom. The stage name symbolized a new chapter, one that would define British rock history. Breakthrough with Move It. Cliff's first recording session, overseen by producer Norrie Paramore, included Schoolboy Crush and the B-side Move It, written by Ian Samwell. Unexpectedly, Move It gained more attention, partly due to TV producer Jack Good insisting Cliff perform it on the show Oh Boy. The single reached number 2 on the UK charts, cementing Cliff's status as Britain's first authentic rock and roll star. John Lennon later praised it as the first true British rock and roll song. Overnight, the teenage singer with a guitar became a national sensation, proving that a single song could launch a legendary career. Personal struggles and faith offstage. Cliff Richard's life was equally complex. He faced public scrutiny and personal challenges, yet he carried himself with grace. His Christian faith guided many decisions, particularly regarding relationships and personal ethics. He has often spoken about balancing commitments to career, faith, and friendships over family life. Though never married, he created a strong support network, considering close friends and colleagues as a second family. His philanthropy and care for relatives, such as helping raise funds for a nephew's hospital care, demonstrated a life rich in personal values, emphasizing service and loyalty alongside fame. Close friendships and support system. Cliff's friendships spanned decades and continents. He remained close to broadcaster Gloria Hunniford and her family, supporting them during tragedies. He also maintained bonds with Cilla Black, traveling together to Barbados, Miami, and Wimbledon. These relationships, coupled with his long-term partnerships in charity work, provided emotional stability and a sense of family outside marriage. His social circle reflected both his loyalty and the depth of his connections, revealing a man whose influence extended far beyond music. Even as a global star, he prioritized meaningful relationships, grounding himself amidst the pressures of fame, honors, and recognition. Cliff Richard received numerous honors over his career. In 2002, he ranked 56th in the BBC's 100 Greatest Britons, and in 2006, he was named a Commander of the Order of Prince Henry in Portugal, reflecting international admiration. In 2010, he acquired Barbados citizenship, though he proudly maintained his British identity. These accolades illustrate his global appeal and long-lasting contributions to music and society. His impact transcends charts and awards, encompassing philanthropy, cultural influence, and dedication to his craft, leaving a legacy that inspires new generations of performers and music lovers alike. Facing age and mortality. At 84, Cliff Richard openly reflects on aging and the possibility of mortality. Touring remains demanding, and he acknowledges the physical and vocal limits time imposes. Despite these realities, his love for performance remains strong. He adjusts his shows to match his energy, simplifying routines while maintaining excitement for fans. His honesty about aging, combined with humor and acceptance, resonates with audiences. It illustrates a nuanced approach to longevity in the arts, embracing the inevitable changes of life while preserving passion, energy, and connection with those who have supported him for decades, adapting performances for the future. Cliff's approach to modern performances balances ambition and realism. Once known for high-energy shows with dancers and elaborate staging, he now relies on a smaller ensemble of versatile musicians and singers. This adaptation allows him to continue performing without overexertion, maintaining quality and engagement. He prioritizes enjoyment over spectacle, ensuring both audience and performer share the experience fully. This strategic shift demonstrates wisdom and pragmatism, showing that aging does not mean giving up, but rather evolving performance methods to sustain longevity, joy, and artistry. Retirement, freedom, and choice. Despite public assumptions, Cliff Richard does not consider retirement a necessity. He differentiates between retirement as an end and stopping as a temporary pause, leaving room for return. This mindset preserves autonomy, enabling breaks without permanently relinquishing the stage. Even with the physical limitations of age, he retains control over his career trajectory, exemplifying the importance of choice and self-determination. By defining success and longevity on his terms, Cliff illustrates a life lived intentionally, celebrating freedom, creativity, and resilience without succumbing to societal pressures or arbitrary timelines. current tours and legacy. In 2025, Cliff continues to tour with the Can't Stop Me Now tour, spanning Australia, New Zealand, and the UK. Fans of all generations attend, drawn by his enduring charisma and musical talent. His performances now reflect both his history and current perspective, energetic yet measured, joyful yet contemplative. This stage of his career exemplifies an artist who has adapted to the passage of time while honoring his legacy. It's a reminder that longevity in music requires both talent and self-awareness, demonstrating that a career is a living, evolving journey rather than a static achievement. Conclusion. The enduring Spirit Cliff. Richard's life is a testament to perseverance, talent, and the human capacity to balance ambition with humility. From his early days in India to global stardom, personal trials, and reflections on aging, he has remained authentic. At 84, he continues performing with the same spark that ignited decades ago, embracing change while holding on to joy. His story encourages reflection on passion, resilience, and adaptability. Cliff Richard proves that a life dedicated to art, integrity, and relationships can leave an indelible mark, reminding us that true legends continue to shine regardless of time or age.